Tony D and Little Joan with a weird movie called Robots. A movie about a not too distant future in which everybody has a robot double from the co-writer of Borat. Um, and the people who own the robots do weird things with them. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 11, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So the premise of the movie is very weird. So this couple who are dating each have a robot that looks exactly like them, and this is very common in the not too distant future. And then you get the robot to do things for you. And so one of the things they both have the robots do is go on the date. So they can have a perfect date. And so they end up sending both sending a robot, and the robots fall in love and then run away. But they're not in love. The robots are in love, and then they have to track them down because they're on the road having sex with one another, and then they decide to kill him. But attempting to kill him doesn't work. They zap him, and then I don't know, something goes wrong here, and one of the robots turns feral and then wants to have sex with it. It's very strange. May 19th. Very strange movie. Not sure. I'm not sure if it's good or not. I can't tell if it's funny. It's kind of not funny because I don't know. It's based on a premise. I didn't want to see that. It's based on a premise. He's got the robot shaving his privates. There we go. It's based on this premise of it's sort of a sci-fi premise. Come here, Joan, you little whiner. So comedy only works if you can kind of relate to it. So I don't know if the audience is going to relate to the idea like, well, everybody has a robot double, and if you had one, you'd of course make it do everything that, so you can what? I assume sit around and get fat, and then they wouldn't be doubles anymore. Like the actual person would be fat. Like that to me would make more sense. Like if the robot doubles look great, but the actual human counterparts look terrible, right? Like the guy's all sloppy, doesn't keep his beard up, or doesn't even have a beard, and is like doubles clean shaven. And then the woman, she's heavy and just disheveled. Like that would be cool, because then you could see the real two humans fall in love. I'm not sure who to root for in this movie, because I'm kind of rooting for the robots, because the robots are in love. So I'm not sure how this goes. First act, I would say they establish this weird universe in which everybody has a robot double and they're disposable. There's a scene of one getting thrown out, and they look exactly like the person who owns it. Not sure why that's a qualification. I'm not so sure I would want a robot double walking around that looks exactly like me. I don't think I'd want that. I think I would want the robot to look different. I think if I wanted the robot to do anything, I think I'd want it to look like Scarlett Johansson. So I could just be like, "Morning, Scarlett. You're wearing too much clothes today." I wouldn't want it to look like me. You think I want to see me walking around this house? I think I'd rather see Scarlett Johansson walking around the house, or Donna D'Errico, or Christina Applegate back in her days on Married with Children. Something like that. So I'm not sure I'm buying the whole premise, but okay, so the first act, they establish this world. They're sending the robots on their dates because they're too lazy to go date, and they have better things to do, or they're so insecure the robot is better on the date. I guess. I don't know if I'd trust a robot to be better than me on a date. I mean, yeah, I don't think the robot would be funnier than me. Maybe it would smell better? I don't know. I don't think I'd trust a robot on the date without me. I'd be worried the robot might malfunction and do something weird. maybe if I could watch the date through the robot's eyes and correct it if it did something stupid, and throw in an input every once in a while, I'd at least want to watch the date, because I think the assumption is the other thinks the person on the date is human, which again is not very. It's if everybody has this duplicate robot and it's a possibility you're dating the robot, wouldn't that be like the first thing you would check on the date? Like if you met somebody for Tinder, I'd certainly be wanting to check that, because who the hell knows what the robot would do to you? You make a move and say the wrong thing. I mean, put me down. Don't throw me into a pit. I mean, what is this? I don't know. It's called Robots. In the third act, or part of the second act, they're chasing the robots that have escaped. I guess they paid a lot of money for the robots, or it's very illegal for the robots to do certain things, so maybe that's part of it. Why do the robots have genitals to have sex? I don't really get that. Why would... Are you having sex with the robots? If you're having sex with the robot, why not just have a hot robot girl? I don't really buy this premise. I'm not so sure this is going to work. It's kind of amusing, but there's scenes of them killing the robots, but it doesn't work. How's it end? I assume it ends with everybody falling in love and living happily ever after, including the robots. Although, quite frankly, I'd like to see the robots win and boss the humans around, which is a weird thing to say. Maybe that's how it ends. I mean, it's from the co-writer of Borat, so maybe. It doesn't look funny enough for the co-writer of Borat, hate to say. This doesn't look funny enough. This needs to be insanely funny. And it's just not. It's kind of like hotel movie funny. Meaning it's sort of mildly amusing, and I could kind of see some funny-ish things, but I'm not laughing. Like, I saw the trailer for Borat, and I was like, holy crap, I got to see this movie. I'm watching the trailer for this. I don't have to see this movie. If I saw it, maybe I wouldn't mind. I don't even think I would rent this movie. Maybe I'd watch it for free. Maybe. Let's read the write-up if there is one. There is not. Shailene Woodley and Jack Whitehall. I don't know either of those people. So, I mean, they look fine. But, what is this? Don't get it. Is it based on a book? Robots seems like the wrong title, too. Yeah, I expect, I don't know, robots? These guys are more like androids. I know they're robots, technically. But, yeah, I just don't see this as working. I think there needs to be more to it, or more comedy. It's not a funny enough premise, I think, for a comedy. Not grounded enough in reality. Doggy. Stinky dog. Yeah. So there you have it. Robots, I guess. If you want to see it, May 19th is the date. I'm going to pass. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Squirmy Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. I will be at the West Windsor Library tomorrow night at 6 p.m. for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. Come on out to a place that is not Central Jersey, because there is no Central Jersey. There's only North and South. And we'll see you